Hempacco's goal is disrupting the nearly $1 trillion tobacco industry with herb and hemp-based alternatives to nicotine cigarettes. And they just signed an agreement with CB Day to distribute the products in India and Thailand. So with me to talk more about this, CEO of Hempacco, Sandro Piccone, and then also Sid Shivkumar, the CEO of CB Day, to talk about this new deal. Sounds very exciting. Sandro, let's start with you. Tell me about this new exclusive master distributor agreement.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you for having us on again. Sid, thank you for joining us. Yes, so we met Sid and his group about a year ago, a little bit over a year ago. He came to visit us at our factories. We met him, we liked his vision for his company. And what we discussed was becoming a distributor in India for us. So we started doing some logistics, some testing of products of shipping. We learned a lot through that experience. And then we also decided he did a lot of on his own traveling to see what markets were growing. And one of them is Thailand, which he's going to tell you all about. So he was out here for the last 2 weeks. Actually, before MJ BizCon, we sent a team to India to work with him to look at logistics, supply chain on certain products. But then he came back out, followed the team to Las Vegas. We met at MJ BizCon. That's where we signed the agreement. So CB Day is our exclusive distributor, not just for India, but also for Thailand. And so we're very excited to have him. We call him a partner. He's part of the family. So we're very excited to have Sid join Hempacco.
Well, Sid, let's get it. Explain the business, CB Day. What's your operations like?
Right. First of all, thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to be joining you guys this morning. Well, CB Day is a company based out of India, and we incorporated back in 2022. Our global operations came out with a vision so that we partner with right companies who are doing great in the space of hemp and cannabis. And like Sandro said, a little over one and a half years ago, we got introduced to the operations and how things are moving with Hempacco. I was very moved with the vision, the planning, and the kind of products that Hempacco has. So I made a decision to fly out to the US. So we have 12 operational chapters, which covers everything from new market understanding to research, partnering with manufacturers, figuring out the logistics, distribution network in India, Japan, then we have Thailand, we have some new partners in Australia. So things are looking very great. And with this partnership, we are hoping to have these celebrity brands for the first time in Asia. So that's a big one. It's a big achievement for CB Day.
Yeah. So, and Sandro, explain which of the celebrity brand products do you expect to make their way into India and Thailand?
Sure. So the first products that we're launching are our Cheech and Chong line of rolling papers, hemp papers. Second one is our Hemp Hop by Rick Ross. Those are the immediate ones that will be launched immediately. And then in first quarter of 2024, we will launch our Dog Pounds Snoop Dogg line of paper products in Thailand and India. But right now it's Cheech and Chong and Hemp Hop by Rick Ross.
Sid, tell me about the market. Let's start with India first. The market for CBD products.
Right. So, cracking and understanding the market in India is a tough one, and it can be challenging. But currently, the first state of Uttarakhand, they have introduced the policy, a very progressive policy, which happens to be in a draft scenario as of now. But they have allowed hemp cultivation for horticulture purposes. And notably, the Food Authority of India, that's FSI, they have recognized hemp as a food product. And that happened back in 2021. So that led to a lot of new entrepreneurs, a lot of new companies like us come out and look into the space of what's happening in hemp. So interestingly, hemp and cannabis, particularly cannabis, holds a lot of religious and spiritual value to India. And we Indians, we have been consuming, cannabis for religious purposes, and for medicinal purposes. It is in our books of Ayurveda. That goes way back in history.
Yeah, wow, that's really interesting. And what about Thailand? How is that market? How does it differ from India?
Right. So Thailand, interestingly, they came out with a full-blown policy.
Mm,
Cannabis for recreational purpose, cannabis for medicinal purpose, then hemp products for nutraceuticals. There's everything, right? So because back home, back in India, uh, cannabis for recreational purposes and hemp products are some of the hemp products are challenging. So that is when we identified a new market in Thailand, and Thailand holds a lot of interesting opportunities as of today. There are about more than 12,000 stores across Thailand, out of which 50%, 6,000 stores happen to be registered.
mm.
And there are about more than 1 million licenses given out for hemp farming. So that is definitely a big market.
Yeah, no, they both sound like they could potentially be huge. How do you envision collaborating with other businesses or industries to extend the reach of these partnerships that you have?
Right. So last year in the month of March, April, we were trying to get some products into India. And that is when we guys did our homework at CB Day. We went out to distributors, we went out to modern retail chain stores, we went out to the typical pawn shops, and with that network, we plan on putting all of these celebrity products out there as soon as possible. They're eager to keep all of our products.
Yeah.
So within the first quarter, we should be hitting at least 1,000 stores collectively in India and Thailand.
And then can you talk a little bit about the strategic considerations behind this partnership? And then what about marketing? You have a strategy for that?
Right. So we do have a strategy in place. We are going to launch all of these brands with an exclusive launch event that we are poised to host in India and Thailand both, where we plan on inviting all of our distributors, partners who are going to carry our products, some of our prestigious clients and dignitaries, so that they can come and have a look at the exclusive brands that we carry and get a first-hand experience.
Yeah. And what about your entry into this industry? What inspired you to
Oh,
industry
well,
start?
that's a very interesting question. Well, initially, I got into this as with an entrepreneurial mindset, right? Because I come from the land of Hindu Kush, and that happens to be the first civilization for whoever used cannabis and hemp products. So we guys were well versed with what's happening in the States and what's happening in Thailand. We were just waiting for the right opportunity to get through the doors, and so I was diagnosed with Salmonella typhimurium back in 2022. That's a novel disease, and I was admitted in the hospital for over 2 weeks, and I was on serious medications for for the entire time, like 15 days on serious IV medications. And when I got back home, I came across this research paper published by the National Library of Medicine in the States, which suggested that the usage of CBD is beneficial and it kills the bacteria in Salmonella typhimurium. So that really changed my entrepreneurial mindset to more like an avid user and an advocate of CBD and the therapeutic value that it holds.
Well, that kind of leads me to my next question, which was, have you used any of these products?
Yes, I have used CBD and hemp products. I'm an avid user. I use it for pain management. I use it for wellness. Yes.
Okay. And then what about just what motivates you to lead CB Day in this industry?
Well, to be honest, it was my father. who
Hmm.
came to the States back in 2019. And some of his friends, that's when an year before that, in 2018, that's when hemp became federally legal, and all the CBD brands here in the US, the CBD companies came out. And my father brought some samples back home for research. I knew about CBD, I knew about hemp, but I wanted to do this, but that was kind of a gateway to get my ball rolling in this field.
I see. And then how does it feel? Because you're young, but 30, under 30? Um,
Under
Under
yes.
30. Okay. So how is it working with some older people in this field? How are you navigating all of that?
I know. So sometimes it is, yes, definitely challenging. But when I'm out there speaking with confidence and I know my subject right, people do understand and make me a part of their team, just like Mr. Sandro Piancon did. And this is a great achievement for CBD. And personally, as a 27-year-old entrepreneur starting my new journey in this field.
Yeah. And what about role models in this industry? Do you have any? Can you explain what influence they've had?
So, not from this industry, but my major source of inspiration comes from the chairman of CBD Global Private Limited. That happens to be my father, Mr. Shivkumar Nageshwaran, and my aunt, Miss Bhuvna. She she's also an expert in the field of her business. So a lot of my understanding and a lot of our day-to-day operations and what I do, my source of inspiration to do the right things with determination comes from them.
Hmm. And how about managing this rapidly changing industry? I know at least here in the US, there's new laws, kind of push and pull, banking, so forth. I mean, how do you manage all of that, a growing business and work-life balance?
Right. So me personally, I'm a research kind of a guy. I love to read. I'm reading research papers. I'm keeping myself updated with all kind of news around the world. And that kind of brings a leverage to me on a personal level and also to CBD.
Mhm.
And with that, I'm into fitness. I listen to music. I'm a DJ as well. I make music. I'm a music producer. Deep house music. That's my kind of thing.
Yeah,
So yeah, music, fitness, going to the gym, definitely talking to experienced, well learned professionals.
yeah.
That guides me a lot.
Yeah. And what about the future of hemp and cannabis in India and Thailand? Like, what are some things we should keep an eye out for? Some like perhaps developments coming.
Right. So the very interesting thing and the most important changes that we are expecting is the Uttarakhand government has come out with a draft policy which has everything right from importation to distribution, sales, manufacturing, cultivation, import, export, all of it. And we, as an industry and CBDA, we expect that to happen sometime anywhere between the next 3 to 9 months. And if that happens, and with the kind of population that we have, we are a population of 1.2 billion, and 60% of us are below the age of 35. So you have got a lot of youth energy right there, who are constantly evolving. They want to try new products. They're well versed with the whole concept of, modern music, hip hop music, and it just sits perfectly well. A
Yeah.
young population, celebrity brands with a history of cannabis. We are just putting it out there, right in the center. So I think CBD has got a sweet spot.
And then where would you like to see the company, say, in 5 or 10 years?
Well, as we are growing now, I see CBD's presence in all 7 continents. That's what that was my first thing. My When I developed this company, I had this vision to be functioning and to have our operations in all 7 continents. Now that we have our operations in Asia, in 2 countries, starting with India and Thailand, we have 3 more countries to go. And we are currently figuring out the logistics, the rules and regulations, And yes, so 5 or 10 years down the line, that's where I see CBD would be operating in almost all 7 continents.
Okay, the whole world, global. So, well,
There
exciting.
you go.
It sounds like you
Very true, very true to our name.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. It sounds like you are well on your way. Congratulations on this partnership. And thanks so much for sharing, Sid. And Sandra, always great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Sid. We're very excited to be having him as our partner. Obviously, it's a great market, a big market, and we're happy to be on your show. So thank you.